Good morning. Welcome to another super early in the morning Levels Plus Reacts. I promise at some point these will not be at 4 a.m. and I will have more energy in my voice because I won't literally have just woken up. Today we're going to be reacting to the Famitsu live stream of Taito's Egret II Mini firmware update. And it is rumored that there will be another set of games announced for the thing. I don't know if they're going to go SD card on it or if they're going to have them be downloaded onto the hardware via the firmware update, which would be preferable. But this is Taito we're talking about, and if I've learned anything about Taito in the last 10 years, they are not above making you pay for extra content. Or doing the weirdest things to get you to get that extra content. Case in point, Amazon Prime Day stuff for various compilations they've released. Anyway, we've got about 8 minutes to go until this thing starts. Much like I did with the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2 announcement videos, we'll be trimming the fat, so to speak, so it'll just basically be things that stand out. This might be a little bit more truncated than those because I don't think they're going to be doing game announcements through the whole thing. And so we'll see what happens. But I'll return once we actually have something to look at. Alright, we are officially going. They're talking about a new SD card. Arcade Memories Volume 1. Looks like it's got music and 10 games, I'm guessing, is what the Taito Station Volume 2 means. Which is great. That means I get to import more things from Japan. Cleopatra Fortune. Wow, they just started right off with the game that most people wanted on this thing. As I noted in my own wishlist article, this is one of my favorite puzzle games of this variety, the drop-down type, because it just does something different. And it has a little bit more strategy to it. So as you can see here, you have to kind of close off sections to clear out stuff. So if you don't block in particular things, you're not going to succeed very well in this. Now, the other thing is that you will clear stones if they're all aligned in a line, but you want to try to do that in chains. And you need these gems to actually clear out the mummies. So it just has a little bit more strategy to it, which I like a lot. Alright, game 2 is a shoot 'em up. But unfortunately, I don't immediately recognize it. Taito released a lot of these, so it's not Ray Storm because it doesn't have 3D. I do know that much. Maybe this is Master of Weapon because I am just not as familiar. But this is great. I will be coming back with an explanation on what this is. Is this Ray Storm? Now I'm just confused. Should have paid attention to the year. This could be Ray Storm. One thing I will say is that this does appear to be a little bit early because it's a bit jittery. Number 3 is Lightbringer. in Japan. This had a different name. Dungeon something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I remember playing this game on Taito Legends 2, and I liked it quite a bit. This was one that I just cut from my top 11 list. This one has blood in it, which I don't remember the Taito Legends 2 one featuring, which they were really trying to be a little bit more cautious with their rating, I think. But that is not a concern for the Egret II Mini. But this is a cool game. It's kind of an isometric beat-em-up, but it works better than you might think. So this is cool. I'm glad to see this is on here as well. This is a really good get. And the one area that I felt that the Mini was lacking a bit was definitely in beat-em-ups. There was only like 2 with Growl and Ninja Kids. So I'm all for seeing more of the genre represented. And they're just kind of rapid firing now, so I'm not going to pause. Writing Fight. Okay, I don't know anything about this game. Oh, I have seen images of these two, though. So this looks like a bit of a genre-hopping game where it's got beat-em-up elements or fighting game elements and some racing elements. So here they are doing some intense hoverboarding. And it's a beat 'em up that moves like this. Interesting. The scaling technology is pretty impressive, honestly, and then you can get hot dogs. So yeah, this is an interesting game. You gotta watch out for cars too, and then you punch cars. This is incredible. I have not seen this game in motion. I've only seen like screen caps of it before. So this is just interesting. Grid Seeker Project Stormhammer is game number 5. They accidentally played something else while they were playing Cleopatra Fortune, which was Daisenpu, which is another vertical shooter. I'm also glad to see so many shooters being added to this because, again, Taito did so many of these. They're definitely one of the pioneers of the genre. What with Darius and Halley's Comet and Space Invaders. So I'm glad to see a lot more of their output on this genre is here. And this one looks interesting. I think that helicopter is your friend. There we go. PuLiRuLa. This had to be in this set. This is probably one of the biggest omissions from the original one. This is such a surreal beat 'em up. But this was actually removed from Taito Legends 2 in America, probably because of its surrealness. It is a very unique game, as you can see here. It's kind of like they applied the cute 'em up to a beat 'em up, but it's still got a lot of just really bizarre elements to it. But I have heard that this could be considered one of Taito's greatest examples in this genre, so I am pretty stoked to see for myself what this game's been all about, because I've never got the chance to play it before. Alright, number 7 is the game they accidentally leaked. Daisenpu, which is a Tatsujin Taito collaboration. Tatsujin originally developed it. Well, Toaplan did. Tatsujin's the new company. Toaplan. So yeah, this was what was accidentally shown, a little prematurely. But I'm all for more Toaplan stuff on here because they do good work. And I remember playing Tiger Heli when I was very, very young on the NES, and that is not the world's greatest port of that game, but I always kind of liked it regardless of that. And I know that this particular game is in that vein. It's not Tiger Heli, but it's in the series, I'll just say. So this is exciting to me because I would like to play more of these types of games. I've liked what I've played of the Toaplan titles so far. Alright, number 8 is Slapfight, continuing the Toaplan run with yet another fantastic example of their work in the genre. Speaking of PuLiRuLa, apparently this was a bit of a licensing nightmare to actually accomplish because there's a lot of former employees depictions in that game, but they managed to work that out somehow. Slapfight is one of Toaplan's like premier shooters. So number 9 is, this was known as Gladiator, I want to say, in America. This is a throwback, 1986. So this is a bit of an auto-scrolling Karate Champ-esque game where you have a sword and shield. You have to defend yourself against attacks as you walk through this temple. So I guess it's got a bit of kung fu in it as well. And as you take damage, you lose your armor. And along with that, when you actually get to a human opponent, they also lose their armor. This game actually has a bit of a infamous moment where there's a woman gladiator and you eventually like knock her armor off and she's topless. So I don't know if they're going to go that far and continue to have that be a thing. But I think like once you lose armor in a specific place, you are exposed. So it's kind of like Bushido Blade. And your shield has health too. So you can see that the shield is glowing a bit. And that the rival opponent had that. So this is just an interesting game. I don't really like playing it that much because I did try it out. But it is an interesting one. Wow, right in the head. Alright, well there's one of the women warriors, as I mentioned earlier, and they cut away before anything unfortunate might happen. So I suspect that we're still going to have that issue appearing in this game. Great Swordsman, not to be confused with Gladiator. And this is why I think I got confused, is they switched back to Gladiator in the middle of this when I did this recording the first time. I lost this chunk of my footage, so I'm re-recording it, so I already knew what it was, sorry. Once this little segment's over, we'll go back. But Great Swordsman is definitely more of like your International Karate Plus, but with swords. And then Gladiator kind of evolves this concept a little further. Seta developed both Gladiator and Great Swordsman for Taito, and it's kind of got their look. If you've paid attention to other games of theirs, but these are both interesting little titles, so I think that they're good inclusions to have here, and are the oldest games on this particular set. All right, well, that's coming out in October or December. For about 9,000 yen. And then Volume 2 of Taito Station is included. Alright, well, let's do a quick recap of all the games. So, Great Swordsman, not to be confused with Gladiator. And again with Gladiator, or Great Guranos. And then we've got the Toaplan games, Slapfight, along with Daisenpu, or Twin Hawk as it was known in North America. Then we've got PuLiRuLa, one of the games I'm most excited about appearing on this collection. Grid Seeker, quite a few shoot 'em ups on this, which is great. Like I said, Taito did a lot with shoot 'em ups on their own, and then getting a couple more Toaplan games is great as well. This game looks bonkers in the best way possible. I am excited to play it. Apparently, it's related to Psychic Force in some way. And then Lightbringer or Dungeon Magic. And then Gekirindan, which almost looks like a precursor to the Race Storm games. Just, it reminds me of it in a way. And then, of course, Cleopatra Fortune, the game I was most wanting to appear on this, and here it is. But we do have, more than likely, another one to look forward to. That Volume 1 suggests a lot that they're not done yet. Alright, and we are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I am pumped. Can't wait to try out some games I haven't touched before and relive some of the ones I have. So yeah, I'll add to the ranked list once I have this in my hands. Probably in January, I'm going to guess. It'll probably take a little bit for it to ship in the holiday season. So look forward to that. And have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Take care.